Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. It's time to start another campaign. This is episode 7. Episode 7 of 10. Oh my God, what's going to possibly happen? Well, we're going to see. Because with 4 episodes left, the trick that these guys don't realize is that 4 months have passed from the previous episode. What? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
What?
4 months have passed. So while you guys are telling me who you all are, well, actually telling the audience who you all are, who your characters are also, you can also start thinking about what have you guys been doing in the last 4 months. Anyway, so let's start with author Megan R. The R is important. Miller.
This is true, and you just said most of what I would have said. Right, my books can be found on Amazon.com. I write science fiction and fantasy, and something I have affectionately referred to as Demon Punk. If you're interested in Torchlighters, I am. It's a pretty good book.
It is a pretty good book. I give it
Thank
a 5
you.
out of 5.
I will be playing Kaya of the House of Dorma, and honestly, for the past 4 months, I've probably just been rescuing people, like the same thing I would have been doing at home, except here, and like trying to make them like me and understand I'm not a demon.
Well, you guys are in pre-cataclysmic Atlantis, not in the city proper because, heck no, they don't want you in there, but you are on the mainland of the continent, so there's that. And Mimi, what's up?
Hi, I'm Mimi. I play Daphne Davis, marine biologist who became an elementary school science teacher. I guess for the last 4 months, probably been working on putting together a shelter or something. We're trying to read.
We'll see. And Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Lindsay, and I play Zirin, my scroll Ravenger, who has been collecting material to get the fuck out of here. And trying to build stuff to get out of here. And probably, like, learning ins and outs of stuff and, you know, just kind of learning as she goes. She's kind of gotten really irritated of this place.
And what about Sue-Ann?
Tamara has been swindling and dealing, building info connections, all that stuff, adding to her impressive tab of wages.
I also got one more thing to add. I've been taking some faces too.
Oh, nice. A collection of faces to shapeshift into.
Yeah.
All right, so in general, what have you guys been doing? For the past 4 months, you're pre-cataclysmic Atlantis. You've been in, I imagine you stayed in this village. It's a pretty nice way. It's welcoming. They started they've been doing the fur trade. What did I say they just started recently? Oh, no, they just started
mining.
They just started mining. That's right.
And Tamara tried to put us all to work.
Of course.
It sounds like Tamara. In other news, water is wet. But all right, so bang. What have you guys been trying to establish as a group and as individuals within the past 4 months of being here? And did you guys want to name the village?
How do you guys feel about Riverside?
Say that again.
Riverside could work.
Riverside?
Yeah, Riverside, yeah.
Perfect for this group.
That or Blade Runner.
I was gonna say Oshita.
Go stand in the corner.
I'll go join you, Lindsay.
High five. Wait. There we go.
So,
Or not.
what have you guys been doing so far?
You're kind of lagging.
Okay, so I know that like priority 1 for me has been like gaining acceptance from the people around here because I don't have any skills that could like help get us out of the past. So we're gonna need somebody else to help us unless Zirin thinks she can do it.
You really think I have people skills?
No, get us out of here. Like
I'm trying. I've been collecting materials and building things, trying to see if it will work, but I am missing some thoughts.
well, that doesn't surprise me at all.
I've been making wondrous things, but you know what? With that attitude, you're going to be stuck here when I leave.
Daphne,
track me all you want. You'll find my dead body somewhere.
I feel bad that I'm the only one without my glasses on. So you know what?
Whatever. Oh my god! You can't appropriate our glasses culture. We need these.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Anyway, Daphne.
Wow. You know, just for that, I'm also gonna have a baby just to spite you all.
Okay, you know what? You had better like document that because I'm sure you'd make a lot of money. Like,
Oh my
I watched
god.
this
the
Oracle
Netflix series.
first.
Probably more than Octomom.
The library.
That's where Daphne's been. The
Okay.
library, apparently.
That's good.
Oh my god.
Nice. No, that's a good one.
I figure with
Has Daphne been trying to learn to read?
Zirin, go stand in the corner.
Daph, would you like to name the librarian? I don't remember if I gave him a name or not.
Malachi.
Done.
Aw, that's a cute name.
Malachi, the librarian. Okay. There's also an invoker named Tim. I'm joking. So, what? Minus 30 karma points for everybody who didn't get that joke. Joking, but plus 10 karma points for everybody in the room because everybody is wearing a Marvel T-shirt. I forgot we did that before we actually went live. So, yes,
Ghost Rider.
Yay!
Shakespeare Ghost Rider,
It's
Doctor
awesome.
Strange.
legendary X-Men.
X-Men, Doctor
And
Strange,
Avengers.
and
Everybody.
the Avengers,
Mhm.
Ant-Man. So, yeah, we're all awesome. I'm saying, Marvel Comics T-shirts, glasses, babies. Hell's yeah, let's go. Let's do this. So, Lindsay, what has Zirin been doing this whole time?
Well, she's been trying to like actually make devices to like actually try to help move things forward a little bit. Mostly trying to figure out a way to possibly try to get back to where we came from, but it's not going so well. She's like she has the mechanical intuition and everything. She's just trying to like actually alter things to make it work to her goals, and she's realizing she's missing some key components here, and she's kind of just frustrated.
That's
all
true.
the time.
You have mechanical intuition as a power, right?
Yes.
Okay, within 4 months, basically mechanical intuition would also include reverse engineering. I don't know who at home is not familiar with this term, but just for the sake of conversation, if we were to find a UFO, we wouldn't know what to do with it. It's technology far advanced. It's technology, aside from Lindsay, it's technology
It's not
far advanced
for me.
for
It's
any
something
of
I'm
us.
used to.
But in order to actually be able to even begin working on a UFO, we would have to make the tools to be able to disassemble it, to work, to reverse engineer it, to see how it actually comes apart. So that would require a lot of work. And with mechanical intuition, you would automatically know how to do those things. Granted, everything in existence now, while some of it may be surprisingly modern, considering that we're pre-cataclysmic times, you do still have an affluency with anything mechanical. Anything that you're doing, like moving trees and things like that, you would look at it and say, a winch and pulley system seems obvious. So, and you'd make a design probably better than most people would be able to make it nowadays, especially with your knowledge of the future and scroll technology to begin with, which is far advanced from anything that modern day humans would have done anyway. So
I've also been keeping my eyes to the skies to see if like there's anything interesting in there, maybe blind something to crash down.
Absolutely. Within 4 months, here's the thing. Here's something to think about while I'm moving on with the rest of the group. I want you to think of one device or possibly several smaller devices that you could be making, especially since there's a new mining colony that has been started within the past 4 months. What small device could you have possibly made? Because possibly a forge would be important for you to make, a blacksmithing forge, making a little smithy, make the hammer and anvil, all that good stuff. What device could you use that would still have to at least somewhat fit in that you could use now? A steam-powered chariot, a water-powered cannon, something along those lines. Think of something that you could possibly use. Suan. So clearly the Thieves Guild has been formed.
I mean,
High
she is
five.
a criminal.
High five, Suan.
Or this way.
Okay, right here. Let's do it. Let's try this.
Tamara is putting her smuggler skills obviously into play because they're beginning
we
mining field, so she's
Let's
helping
not tell
them.
Kaya any of this. Let's not tell Kaya any of this.
Not the
It's our
criminal.
little secret.
Yeah.
It's our little secret. It's our club.
Zirin and Tamara go stand in the corner.
Congratulations, Kaya. You've just become mom.
I figure during the 4 months, Tamara's been putting her smuggling abilities into play. Since they're a beginning budgeting mining community, they're going to need resources of where to trade the resources. So since they're going to trade, she's going to get them to get information back, teach them how to smuggle in stuff like that. She's using that. She wants to collect local lore about time travel to see if there's any local lore about it, things like that might give them leads to something on a more mystical aspect, perhaps. Though she's not very mystical herself, she's going to just try to get as much information as she can and establish as many relations and stuff like that.
So you're basically starting a communications network more than anything else.
Oh yeah, because that's going to be important. She already figures that they're trapped. So if they're going to be trapped, then she wants them to be well informed, especially since they can't really get into the main city, so to speak. But I also figure she would be using her illusion powers too to maybe slip in where she's not supposed to be.
Yeah, and I would also be helping with the townspeople, just fixing other things that they need, engineering and technology-wise.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
just kind of help with that.
A drill, perhaps.
Give our little riverside.
Yeah.
Yes, and give our little riverside some resources that they should be known for.
Okay.
That's
So a couple of things are going to happen. Suan, I'm going to say that you're also probably working really close with Daphne as far as the library is concerned to actually make sort of an atlas, improving maps for the local areas.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Also, you've been very interested in the tabards and whatnot, the heraldry, who's in charge of whatnot. So I'd give you also, you've been doing a lot of heraldry, who's in charge of where, all that good stuff. There's been a new king. King Valtez has died, old age, and a new king has come in charge, King Camus.
Okay.
He is as of yet unmarried, ladies. But what do you call it? He's wow, that was very delayed. That was super delayed. And of course you got the Kung Fu theater thing going on, so we hear you before we see your lips moving. So that's great.
Should I just restart real quick if I'm still delayed?
If you'd like.
Am I still delayed right now?
Big time. Yeah, there's about a 7-second delay. Okay.
I'll be right.
Okay, now that she's gone, no, I'm joking. So, in general, there, Tamara, I'm gonna give you minor contacts with everybody. Well, all across the continent of Atlantis, and some on the Thurian coast, which is the other continent that's to the east of where you guys are, which is actually, the coast is actually not too far from where you are. If you follow the river for maybe an hour, you're at the edge of this part of the continent. I was expecting her to be back soon. Oh, well, I'll just wait. So I got my hand on the button to allow her back in, and what's the purpose?
I sincerely hope she meant restart the window and not restart her whole computer.
I restart my computer before I go live with you guys because I know that my old computer can just be like, bleh. So
I never restart my computer because I'm a terrible person.
If you don't have freezes, you don't need to. I do. So, okay. So, Kaya, what else in light of everything discussed here, what else in general do you think that you'd possibly be doing in the past 4 months?
Okay, so like we've been here for 4 months and I can pick up most of the rocks around here, so I definitely built us some kind of like house to squat in. Like it's one room. It's not a very fancy or like intricately made house, but I made shelter that we can just go crash in. Like we were not staying in the inn every single night. That's going to get expensive after a while.
Well, she'll freeze a little bit and then she'll be back. Oh, I see you moving.
Is this better?
Yes.
For now,
Yes.
yeah, it is actually better. Nice. And
Okay,
you-
like I had to turn
kind of
off some
switched.
stuff. So
There you go.
yeah.
Cool.
Anyway,
So yeah, you
sorry
can make.
about that.
No worries. So you can make I don't know about a big house, but yeah, you can make a pretty big house
Yeah.
in 4 months. That's the only thing that you're working on. You know,
I
for the
mean,
most
no,
part?
it's not the only
Yeah.
thing I'm working on because I'm thinking like that was probably one of the first things I did. Was it's like I said, it's one room. You know, it's big enough for us all to like bunker down and sleep in. We probably got beds at some point. We're all in the same room. You know, it's like just normal like round hut style, but made of rocks.
Mm.
So like
And
it's like a Viking longhouse.
yeah, but like it's shorter than that. It's just big enough for us to sleep in and like be safe. And other than that, I'm probably like I've been spending time in the water. If we're like, are we anywhere near the water, or are we completely landlocked?
Yeah, you are on a river. You guys are actually at a river. You know, back then you have to have a village by a river, otherwise there's no point in having a village.
Okay.
You couldn't call it Riverside if it wasn't by a river.
Yeah, that's fair.
True.
So like I've been spending time in the water. I've been like checking out areas, looking for familiar landmarks down there if I can find them. Like, and taking like things and possibly like, because I don't know what we have from here, but like, you know, old things like tools and stuff, sealing them in boxes, burying them in the sand to find later when we go back to the future.
Time capsules.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work.
Because I'm not going to be of much help getting back to the future.
I understand. But of course, there will be a cataclysm, probably going to change the seabed.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm looking for familiar landmarks.
I got you.
Because
now
if there's something that I recognize down there now, then it'll still be there later.
Well,
In theory.
Can Tamara like bury precious gemstones? Because I think she would totally do that. Just like forge it away, like.
should probably do that. So,
Do you want to make you a time capsule that'll actually be kind of durable?
Please.
Okay.
nice.
Nice.
Okay, so
I'll make it like a time capsule treasure chest for us.
One that will survive the cataclysm.
Yep.
Daph, are we friends on Facebook? I forget. Daph. Mimi?
I don't think so.
Oh, you should send me a.
Mimi's too cool for you.
I'm cool with that. Could you send me a friend request anyway
Sorry.
so that I could send you some stuff in private?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see how it is. Too cool for Discord, huh?
Way too cool for you, at least.
Oh.
But hanging her head in shame. Actually, she's looking down at her death notes, thinking how she's going to send assassins for me, which is
I
probably
mean,
something
A
that you
heart
could talk
attack.
to
A
Sue
heart
Ed about.
attack would be really good, but considering you're in Canada, you get pretty good health care, so you'll probably be
Oh my
revived pretty
God.
shortly.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to go there.
That's
Plus,
okay.
my muffins are pretty powerful. He just resurrects when I offer a muffin.
That's right. The Canadians on either end of this spectrum, man, we're good. So, okay, what is this? Did I just get? Oh, yes, I just confirm. Okay, so, using private message on the private message on Facebook. Could you please give me 2 percentile rolls and 2 single dice rolls?
Oh, this
And
is interesting.
also, for the sake of conversation, I'm going to say that you've been hanging out with the seer a lot of the village, Prim.
Let's see. Go,
So-
glasses reflection, go.
So 2.
Oh,
What was it again? 2 percentile rolls.
2 percentile rolls and then 2 individual die rolls. And I
And
should
that's
probably
all
get my dice.
D10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zirin, go stand in the corner.
Is that the fourth time I've been told
Yes,
that now?
that is
Since
the
we
fourth
keep
time.
track out?
Yeah, it's actually being tracked in the private chat. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that, was I, Zirin?
All
So
I can say is I'm a good girl now.
yeah, now more like I'm a good girl for now.
As long
Shit
as
ain't
there's
too
somebody
about
that's
that.
acting worse than you are, you're good.
right. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. And one more individual die roll, please.
Okay.
Oops, and I should probably get these out. Okay.
I'm not delayed, right? I just want to make sure I'm not delayed still.
No, you're good.
Okay, good. Because the screens went black for like a minute. And then came back. I know it's because it's storming here too, so that's not really helping anything. Don't worry, I have enough corner to share with you, Tamara.
Okay. I'm actually going to need you to give me another one because it's pretty much the exact same roll that you gave me last week. So give me one more percentile and
Oh.
one more individual.
Okay.
Oh.
Well then. I like Lindsay's like trying to peer in her. Can we get the glasses clean here?
I'm just like, what did Mimi's glasses say? I can't read them. The screen's too small.
Good.
You're like, zoom in, zoom.
Enhance.
Yeah.
CSI, let's go.
And okay, got it. Okay, so let me respond back to you.
There are many things going up in the background. Should we play the jazz music?
So I got a question. I got a question, ladies. Who's gonna take one for the team to get the king?
Not it.
Not it.
Tamara, you want to be a queen?
No.
Damn it.
Tamara doesn't
Daphne,
want
I
to
think
be
you're
a
gonna wanna
queen
be
in
queen.
this day and age.
No.
Right. And whatever your psyche is, that's what they are.
Okay.
It's been 4 months after all. So I'm a man of my word. I'm an Ant-Man of my word. See what I did?
Watch your picnic back.
It's coming.
Professor Bill, go
Ow,
stand in
no,
the corner.
don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't
Jesus.
you do it.
I'm gonna stand in the corner now. Oh, I got one. Jeez. Right, Mom.
Kaya's handing out corners today.
Right? There's 4 of us. and
I might
Four corners.
have a different profession by the time if I get enough corners.
Oh no. You're in the stand in the corner. You're just trying me at this point.
Oh, that kind of corner. Street corner. Gotcha. So, all right. Oh, geez, count 5. Okay, so
Oh God.
you guys have actually made the village so prosperous, Riverside, that more people have actually shown up. More people have heard about how how much work is being generated here, how much of an opportunity this place
Prosperous?
is.
What?
Yeah, the city is, or the village is very prosperous at this point. So you've got, I'd say, another 40 people showing up. Hey, what's going on? I heard there's work to
Oh
be done
damn,
here.
those are big numbers. Double digits, baby.
Tamara's like, welcome, come in. Let me show you position what you're going to be working on. Let's go.
All right. Yeah,
Let's talk about
absolutely.
street corners. What street corner do you want to work?
And more than just individual workers, there's actually not just a few. There's probably like 8 or so families that actually show up, actually looking to move
Oh.
here, actually making it so that the village is more lively. So there might actually be need for a school at some point.
Gross.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Jeez.
younglings, gross.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I'm seeing a future Anakin Skywalker right now. Oh man.
I
So I
mean,
was like, not the children, behave.
just have them stay out of my workshop and we'll be good.
Oh my god.
So
Set up some laser traps or something.
Zirin, go stand in the corner.
count 6. Jeez. You know, I
I'm
figure
gonna
at the
be-
very least you teach these kids how to hijack subs and hotwire cars. I mean,
I could,
I know,
but you know,
I mean-
they're in the way. I mean, Tamara can do that too.
Tamara's teaching them how to pickpocket at this point.
Oh,
so
what are
wrong.
they? What are they going to steal? What car are they going to steal? Steal the horse and buggy?
Oh my god.
Okay. We're good. We're good. Stop trying to take over the freaking game with that. So
I'm sorry.
at this one, no problem. So at this point, the mine is actually prosperous. I'm going to say that you've definitely got gold that's being discovered. I'm going to say that you're definitely discovering iron and the like. You guys have already gotten into copper and tin, so you guys are essentially, you know, fully in a fully Iron Age, like what is this, Age of Empires? You're fully Iron Age village at this point, and you're actually making a good amount of money. You're also Tamara, you're also starting to hear word that the capital is starting to take note. And well, you know, there's a chance that this village could be invaded at some point. So we have to bring democracy. I mean, we have to bring some kind of safety to the village. So, you know, and that's going to, of course, involve a tax. You know how all of this works.
Yeah.
So you're keeping in mind that these are the rumors that the words of Riverside are actually making their way back to the capital. The king is paying attention.
Tamara's
So-
putting out her feelers just to make sure that there's no action heading their way. She's also sort of whispering people's ways, you know, little fortification here or there. Keep an eye out.
Mhm. No, absolutely. But
Things
they
like
are
that.
thinking about sending a tax collector. Hopefully, it won't be Pontius Pilate, to you know, pay a visit, maybe set up shop. You guys might also need a mayor at some point. So
All right.
things to consider. The village is becoming much more prosperous.
Tamara's going to be on that like barbecue sauce on lovely chicken.
Nice, with your face on it. Boom, barbecue sauce. You know, say we're marketing it, baby. So, Zirin, Lindsay, what device is Lindsay actually thinking about doing besides just a strong box for Kaya for her time capsule?
Some devices, I guess. I've been trying to work on like a Stargate kind of thing, but failing at it. Like,
Okay,
it's kind of
fair.
getting there.
Oh, that's cool though. I like
I've
the
been
idea
mostly
of that.
focusing on that. I've been mostly focusing on that to like
You want to
propel
go
us
home?
forward. Yeah, but I've also been working on things for like the town, like maybe like steam powered stuff.
Okay.
Maybe having some steam powered autos and all that stuff.
Okay.
Give the kids something to joyride in.
Oh, an amusement park. Look at you. So
Look at me.
everybody's thinking that you're doing something nice for the kids. You're just like, I'm just trying to keep them out of my shop. That's
Yeah,
all.
that's basically the idea.
It's a distraction. It's either that or nuclear armaments. I'm saying.
Like, it's either that or I give the kids laser guns and what may come may will.
Should I go with the honey? Should I go with the vinegar? Let's try the honey.
Both is good.
Okay. Suan, you're also Tamara is also noticing whispers on the wind that some of the engineers of Atlantis are actually starting to take notice, and they are sending a small retinue of like 2 or 3 engineers with a bit of a caravan to go and visit Riverside and see what's going on with this new steam-powered stuff that they're talking about. What new gnomish engineering is is taking place here?
Rude. I look nothing like a gnome.
But she could because she's a scroll.
And you guys are
Tamara-
kind of like Swerf Nebulin because you got the mind going.
Mhm.
Oh.
So
Tamara's probably greasing the wheels, making sure that we're getting fair information exchange, but making sure they're being directed to both Siren and actually Mimi as well, because Mimi will want to know knowledge. So she wants to make sure that there's a big information being fed to everybody equally if she can.
Okay.
So she
Through
wants
your-
those connections, which is why she has so many connections, as you said now.
Yeah. In fact, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to increase your popularity. Everybody's popularity in the village is going to go up by to 5 points. So whatever your regular popularity is, it's +5 in Riverside. You're all known. You're all respected. Sue-Ann, your popularity across just your general popularity, at the very least in Atlantis, is going to go up by 3. People know you.
So 5 + 3 is 8, or how's that work?
Well, no, specifically for the continent of Atlantis.
Okay.
Whatever your base popularity is, it's going to be +3 to that for all of Atlantis. In the village itself, it's going to be +5. So which means that since the village is in the continent, it'll be +8 in the village. And what's your popularity right now?
How do I tell?
Oh, you guys didn't.
We
done your
never
popularity?
talked
figured
about
that out.
this.
Yeah, we never did, hon.
No problem. In that case, everybody's popularity standard is 0. Your base popularity is 0. But in the village, your popularity is 5. So in Riverside, your popularity is 5. Except for you, Sue-Ann, your popularity is going to in the village is going to be added to your continent, your Atlantean continent popularity of 3. So you're actually known throughout the continent, little bit, but that's good. So there's a small chance that someone could actually recognize you, or at least have heard of you, if not have seen your face.
I think she's gonna, since she's doing her illusion work, she's gonna put on her professional face. So maybe as Mama Sia, she's
Okay.
gonna look a little bit older as Mama Sia.
Okay.
And Tamara herself is going to be known as the girl that works for Mama Sia.
Oh, I love it. Write it down. Write it down, damn it. Sure. So all of a sudden now you've got a secret identity.
Yeah, I
Think about
figured
that.
that would make sense because she worked for the Sea Hag. So Tamara's never been the upfront, you can see my face, see how pretty it is kind of gal. So she's going to make sure that she's keeping as under the radar so she can work effectively for Kaya. If she's too known, then she can't work as effectively for the group. But Mama Sia can be generous. Mama Sia can grease the wheels.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I love it. I absolutely love it. Take 15 karma points for that.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you. So, Daph, you're also becoming or you're becoming a little bit known more because before it was just this old guy, Malachi. Hey, he's a really nice guy and whatnot. He's a nice guy, but let's be realistic now. He hasn't been doing too much, interspersing with the rest of the villages, the rest of the continent, even the rest of the neighborhood, because, I mean, he's just been keeping to his stuff. He finds some information, cool, he'll write it down, whatever. You, however, you've been doing a modestly much better job. So you're also becoming known amongst the scholarly, amongst the blah 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 of Atlantis. So I'm going to give you +1 popularity as far as scholars and philosophers are concerned.
Okay.
So, and then Kaya, are you taking the unfortunate leadership role, the Tanis half-elven role?
Well, I have that as a talent, so yes.
Yeah, you do have leadership. Okay. So in that case, while we're waiting for this group to come, this group of engineers to come, there is talk of an election, and realistically, there is nobody who wants to run against you. There is somebody called D's Nuts. There's always somebody called D's Nuts.
Of course.
You have no
Well,
idea who
these
this
nuts
person
needs to
is.
go stand in the corner.
Are you actually going to make a prison called the Corner? Because that would be awesome.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Done. Okay, so you get the vote. It's an overwhelming majority. There are very few people who don't actually cast a vote for mayor. So you are now the mayor of I want to say
Riverside.
I want to say Smallville, but like Riverside. Jeez. So okay, done. So you're going to increase your popularity by 2 in the village.
Cool.
That being said, start thinking of things that you want to make changes for in the village, or change, whatever it is that you want to do.
Okay.
And on top of that, everybody should take resources for the village. You now have a resource rank of excellent 20. Everybody in the group has excellent 20 each resources here in Atlantis. Don't change your original resources. Kaya especially, do not change your original resources.
Oh yeah, no.
Like you had incredible 40 back there, so yeah, you don't want to lose that. But everybody's got a very good, like, this is stuff where it's like, now you start thinking about what kind of inheritance will I leave to my progeny and the like, Yeah, it's not just, who's going to get the plates of Elvis and the NASCAR memorabilia. No, this is real. This is real freaking money you guys are talking about.
You mean it's no longer just the empty pizza box that says,
Empty
I'm
pizza
sorry,
box.
you were screwed from the beginning?
Right? That's a reference I should probably know. But okay, so the retinue comes. It's a group of 4 engineers, low level, who came from Atlantis, the capital proper, and they come with a group of Atlantean guards. It's been 4 months. None of them remember you guys. But witches, demons. But there's also a bunch of other people too here. There's a couple of scholars. There's a couple of just regular roadsmen, just in general, looking to travel. It's a group of about 15 people, and they're of course going to use the inn hospitality. It's paid for because they're dignitaries. They're milking this. You know how it is. They got the company credit card all of a sudden. So Zirin, they're mostly going to be hanging out with you. No?
I guess, man. I don't like it, but I guess I have to put up with it.
It's the respectable thing to do at the very least, yeah, and it's going to build relations. Plus, there is that free change of information back and forth. You have been, mostly from you talking about your old days of stealing subs with Daphne, she does talk about how Atlantis has more technology than any place else in the entire Earth. So, some of the stuff behind those gates are fairly interesting to you.
Mm-hmm. It really is. I want to get there really bad.
Even if it means digging underneath with my new water-powered drill.
It might be.
Or just a water drill. A giant dental device.
It might be. I really want to get there so bad. I will give them whatever information they might need.
Oh no. Oh no, Suanna's suddenly scared.
I have plans.
Mama Sia just, pops up with a freshly baked pie. How's it going, loves? Are you enjoying your stay? Just keeping an eye.
What has Tamara done with that scroll from the library?
Oh, she returned it a long time ago because Kaya told her to. She was a little bit grumpy, but she did swipe some freshly baked bread on the way, so she was happy when she was on the road.
There you go.
You klepto.
Yeah, exactly. Super rich, but still have to keep the skills in practice, right?
Exactly. She, it's hungry going on that road, and they had to they had to get their defenses up. This is a way of her teaching them.
Is that? Who are you defending from the bread?
The bread was safe in her belly.
Oh Lord! You got to keep all the people safe from the bread. What can you do?
Yes.
Damn bread. The mold.
Mama Sia gives in many ways.
So
I
love her so much.
So there's another group coming, and they're actually coming from Thalusa. That's the continent to the east. It's just one ship that comes. So it's not a warship or anything. It's a trade ship. But these ships usually have other missions as well, spying, seeing what's going on, putting out feelers. So this group comes off from the City of Wonders, which is the capital of Thalusa, and they of course want to, after a month or two of being, in general on the coast, they've also heard, of course, of Riverside, and a group comes up here, a group of, let's just say 10. So they're all acclaimed merchants, but you can tell by the interest in some that they're and the words of some that some of them are pretty good with engineering, some of them are pretty good with the scholarly works,
So-
whatever.
So they're merchants.
Yes. Yeah, mostly merchants, and there is, of course, there's of course the captain who stays on the ship, and there's what would you call it, a dignitary, whoever it is who would actually represent a representative. So low level, not an ambassador level, but yeah. And they're looking to establish trade with Riverside, because you guys have come across something that you weren't necessarily familiar with. It's a form of metal, or excuse me, it's a form of stone, which is why you weren't really paying attention to it, that seems to actually be irradiated. But it's not a dangerous form of radiation. It's a low level radiation, but they're interested in it because it seems to nullify magic, and this is something that they could actually use as defenses. There's sorcerers everywhere, demons everywhere, so they're actually interested in this. So now you guys have just now discovered what this is and what it could actually be used for. So what do we do with this information?
Okay, first thing, I think Tamara's going to make sure that Kaya knows about it. And she's also going to loop in Mimi and Lindsay, of course. Probably Mimi a little bit first and Kaya first, just because she wants to know whether there's any lore surrounding it, whether they were really aware of it, things like that. And then Zyron to see how they can use it to improve the village defenses. Because you take care of home first. That's the necessary. Then she'll make sure everybody is where they're supposed to be. So more of the technical aspect with Zyron, diplomats directly to Kaya, scholars to Delphine, and if she could get any spies or information exchange, Mama Sia is attending to them, making sure they're well, getting as much cozy as she can with them, and putting on the two faces. Also, tomorrow we'll drop in for a chat, things like that.
Okay. So, anybody else? Kaya?
So I'm not like 100% sure what exactly it is we're talking about.
No worries. So, in your trades, you some of the leftover rocks on the gold and some of the other metals have actually shown trace elements of a low-level radiation that actually seems to dispel magic, and this is something that the Seleucians are very interested in.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about this. This is like absolutely out of my wheelhouse. I am once again wishing my sister were here. So I unhelpfully say that my sister would probably know about that.
So they're interested in establishing trade for this particular mineral that, and they try to schmooze in the idea. You guys didn't even know what this was. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have even known. I mean, you've been technically giving this stuff away this entire time. We're kind of looking for an exclusive deal, if possible.
Yeah, that is raising all kinds of alarm bells in my head. What do you think, Tamara?
Tamara on the face will advise you to look as if you're willing to negotiate. Open
Okay.
up your underground trade lines that we have open, though. Get your fillers out that way to see if there's any particular issues with them, you know, any known
So
enemies.
let's
Things
give
like
them
that.
the runaround. Let's act like
Exactly.
we're absolutely interested in an exclusive deal, but like not,
We're-
you know, make
we're
any
just a-
promises.
We're just a poor little bumpkin village that, you know, came across this jackpot. We don't know what to do with it. But please, kind sirs, direct us. That sort of dealio.
Oh man, this is one of the things that women have a huge advantage over men with. We are really dumb, and we think that you guys mean it when you say that you're helpless. All right. Meanwhile, you guys are sharpening your knives.
I mean, if they're gonna sit there and assume it anyway, then yeah, we're gonna use it.
Absolutely.
You use their strengths against them and their weakness against them. That's kind of thing. And as a smuggler, I think Tamara would have a little bit of background out of that because she has to smooth in order to get her products across the lines. So within the wheelhouse of the character.
Mm-hmm. I dig.
Yeah.
So, while all this is going down, Marcy, I would like you to, Zarin, make a popularity roll. So you're going to make a feat roll using your popularity.
Okay. And that is a 28 plus on a 5, I guess.
No, just in general, using the 5, so that'd be typical. You rolled 28?
Yeah. It's
Okay,
not that
so
good.
yeah, so it's in the white.
Yeah.
So
Can I spend some karma? Oh, wait, never mind. JK.
Okay, good.
I forgot.
Good. No worries. No, after the fact, you'd have to spend twice as much karma.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
probably
wait.
not worth in this particular case.
Okay.
So you're having conversations with the some of the miners and whatnot from Atlantis, and they are querious. They see some of the things that you are developing. They see some of the ways that you're streamlining production and getting so much metal out. And plus, even the playground itself is pretty interesting to them. And they're looking at this and they're thinking, if we could actually use some of this technology that you're using in other mines, that would seriously bring up our defenses. And that's mostly what everybody's thinking about. The military industrial complexes, you know, not the biggest deal in the world, but we do struggle the idea that we're one continent against the rest of the world, and everyone is envious of Atlantis. Even these people who have come over, who knows what could be within that lot. So, you know, we're never the twain should mix, right? Like, I almost feel like this city is like the Straits of Gibraltar. So of course, there's no Straits of Gibraltar at the time, but still, just whatever the equivalent would be back then. So, what do you think about actually coming to the capital and helping us to streamline this production?
My interest is definitely peaked. Like, I don't hide that fact.
Okay.
I will get back. Can I get back to you about that in a couple of days? I need to get some affairs in order before I really decide on what I can and can't do.
We're here for another week. Absolutely.
All right. I'll give you my answer before the week is out.
Okay. Done. So they're not necessarily disappearing, but yeah, they're going about their own thing, investigating the mines more often, maybe making a couple of safety checks, you know, anything along those lines.
Oh, damn OSHA.
Right? Frickin' OSHA. So, what else? What is Daphne? Do you have anything to throw into this mix?
Would have probably like tried to look around and see if I could find any information regarding like the rocks with the properties. Maybe ask the seer if they knew anything, or the librarian too.
Oh, that works also. The seer, probably more than anything else. The librarian you find is a very nice person, and that's the strongest attribute of this individual. What is your reason?
Aw.
No, the your character score. R reason.
Okay, yeah. 'Cause I was
He's like, I don't know. What kind of reason would I
yeah.
have?
I didn't know Bill was expecting an essay.
it's incredible 36.
That's okay. Excellent.
Damn.
So at +1 column shift to that, so under amazing, I want you to make a reason feat roll. Tell me what color you get.
Okay. I got 31, so that's in the green.
Okay.
Woo!
That's a success. Okay, so you realize that it does indeed reduce. It's almost like the idea of kryptonite. Everybody's familiar with Superman and kryptonite. If it's close to you, magic is suddenly dispelled. This could probably be used. It's not necessarily going to take away. What's up?
I'm over here like vibrating. I'm sorry. I'm like.
I'm seeing this. I'm like, ET phone home.
Yes. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm just really excited. I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing. I see. I'm really excited.
Nice. So this is not going to necessarily. It doesn't. You're not entirely sure because you only got a green. You're not entirely sure if this would take away the spells of a magic user. You'd have to do a whole lot more experimentation with this, but in general, you do know that, let's say, if someone were to put this on a shield, it could, absorb or diffuse a spell cast against it.
Okay.
You're not sure what other uses it could possibly be. With a green, that's really all that you got. So finding a way of getting stone, maybe making, shields out of stone, probably not the greatest thing to do. It'd be a very one-use kind of, implement, but who knows? All right. Hanging with the seer. The seer doesn't have much to add to this. She doesn't actually use magic. More of what she has is more of a psychic ability, and also it helps that she's freaking crazy. So it doesn't seem to affect her. It doesn't seem to affect her minor prophecies or anything along those lines. She does also add that not everything that you see amongst the travelers. What's the word I should use? Yeah, amongst the travelers, not everything that you see amongst the travelers is what it appears to be. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything more on the Atlantean front, or not the Atlantean, the Thurian front from Kaya, Tamara? Anybody else?
Thurian front. I think that they're just doing the good old-fashioned runaround because they're basically buying time until they can find out what is the best move for the village. Because Tamara and Kaya will leave eventually. That's the plan. They want to make sure that even though there's this big giant cataclysm, that the people that they built relationships with are safe as they can be in that time and in that situation. They don't want to cause drama, but they don't want to ruffle the waves as much, because there's also the future effect factor too. So they're trying to play it as safe as humanly possible at the moment.
So Tamara pretty much hit the nail on the head and said the thing that Kaya would normally say. Now let me say the thing Tamara would normally say. I think we need to get somebody in there to figure out what they want this stuff for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow, I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Suddenly there's a meshing. Okay.
Tamara's
Okay.
in accordance.
Nice. All right. So how do we do that?
Well, we have somebody that can look like whoever the hell she wants that could just waltz right in there and start asking questions.
Okay.
Siren, you could do that.
Yeah, I could. You could do that too, couldn't you?
Well,
I was thinking,
Tamara,
like, which one are you talking about?
Yeah,
Tamara
there's two of us.
could, but there is also a chance of her failing depending on how good their intuition is, right?
That's true.
But then
yeah,
again,
I'll do it.
I mean, she is technically, what is her thing again at?
I mean, you guys could both go and then watch each other's backs. It's safer in a group.
That would be the best.
Yes. Okay.
Let's
so
do a
they're
little
both
side
gonna go.
quest.
Yeah. Because let's face it, Tamara's is pretty damn strong with illusion work anyway, so probably there's not that much risk.
And meanwhile, while you guys are going to do that, I'm going to grill Daphne about her thoughts on this whole issue.
All the stuff.
I also probably would have updated the group about the whole engineers inviting me over to help to the Capitol.
Oh, now they want the demons there.
Yeah. They specifically asked for this demon, but
that they don't know that's a demon.
yeah, because like I steal their faces, so technically they're kind of not wrong.
Not wrong at all.
But I got some stuff I want to hit up there too, but we'll see what we can do to help.
Indeed.
All right. So shall we go, Tamara?
Before y'all leave, like, totally gonna give you a warning. Like, the seer said something about them. Be careful.
Okay.
That they're not what
they
they
say
seem.
about them.
Yeah,
what'd
they're
they
not
say?
what they seem.
You mean the fact that they're merchants?
Tamara's like,
careful.
I already smelled that.
It's also
Well, that's what
interesting.
you guys are going in to find out, so.
Daphne. Take care of the Spice Girls for me. Take care of it for me. It's my music. It's my work music.
So, what do you guys disguise yourselves as? And where exactly are you going? Are you going to the inn? Are you going to the ship, which is downriver? You could get there.
Let's
in first.
Yeah, the inn first.
Yeah.
The inn first? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they've pretty much taken over the inn for the most part. Even the other travelers who have come in from outside.
Do
What
they
do you
still
call it?
offer pancakes?
Oh, they're still offer pancakes. Oh yeah, you guys could definitely stop over for pancakes. Shoot, they grill those flapjacks quick, man. Oh my God, the grill just seems to have gotten bigger. Mine too. Mine too. So I'm thinking we're gonna go make some pancakes tonight. We might cancel this. We might end this game a little early just to go do that. So
we're coming over then.
Hey, come on over. So
road trip.
Road trip. So what happens? The people have come over. They've started to make their own homes. Not too far off, expanding the village proper, and so on and so forth. You don't have walls or anything like that yet, at all, ever. Who knows? It's up to you guys mostly. But in the inn proper, there's the outside congregating area. People just hanging out. There's picnic tables, so to speak, set up, benches. And they talk with each other, and yeah. So, are you guys going in as yourselves or as something else?
That's a good question.
I think first, Tamara is going to go in as Mama Sia, Zyron as her page, her very small childish page, maybe, because they're not going to suspect children. And that way, Zyron can listen more attentively. Well, Mama Sia could be the diplomat that comes in.
That sounds good.
Yeah. They're going to...
And I might take some stuff.
I would have given you an extra 10 karma points if you turned her into a child just to troll her.
No, I would have
Kids so
morphed
much.
into it. I would have morphed into a child anyway. This is a good ass plan.
Awesome.
I'm using my shape-shifting ability. Do it. Fuck it.
Yeah. Also,
Done.
use that to the advantage, right? And
Mhm.
they're gonna see how they talk to each other, whether there's a certain leadership, power hierarchy around them. Because if they're not as they seem, then it could be someone really important posing as someone else. So body language is gonna tell them the way they talk to each other and stuff like that. Or at least I assume.
So you go in, there's what'd I say? There's like 15 of these guys here. No, 10. There's like 10 of these guys here.
Mhm.
What do you do? They're all merchants. While you think of that, I'm not going to keep you on the spot. Kaya and Daphne are hanging out with each other. Where at? Where are you two hanging out talking to each other?
Probably in the little stone house, like just sleepover style.
Okay,
Sounds good.
cool.
So, yeah, I mean, your thoughts? Just on this anti-magic stuff, on why they might want it, on whether or not we should make this deal with them, like...
I mean, you would think anti-magic. It's totally gonna go something military-ish.
I mean, how many militaries around here are employing magic in the first place?
You don't know. We've only been here so long.
Okay. You have heard that there are magic users, and especially the smaller tribes and the like, or even some of the larger tribes will actually employ magic. Okay, but you guys hear on your door.
Get up to go answer it.
Okay. It's a single person. It's a male. It's a guy, and he just says he like looks
baby.
inside, and he said, and he says, "You are the mayor, are you not?"
Yes.
I'm from the Thulian fleet, the merchant ship, if you will.
Okay.
Is there a place where we could talk?
I step out of the way to let him in. I do not vocally invite him. If he's a vampire, he's just gonna have to stay outside.
He's like, will you invite me in? No, he looks around, he walks in. He doesn't make he's not like nervous, looking around, but just kind of, you notice that he knows what he's doing. Saying like, you've seen this kind of work in your betrothed. Actually, you're married, your husband.
Yes.
At this point, you've seen this, and he knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks around without going, it's not a conspiratorial look. It's no, there are genuinely people looking. So looks and he enters. He goes and he finds a seat. He half crouches and then looks up for permission to sit.
Oh, by all means, please have a seat.
And he continues the motion. He pops a squat. And it's not, one of those lazy, I'm comfortable in the place. It's a controlled, sit. And you could tell by this, with your experience, that this person is a higher class, upper echelon individual. And he says, Madame Mayor, we come from the City of Wonders, as you know. We come for the what do you call it? We come for the stones, the minerals, as we've declared, and our intentions are pure. But we do have other reasons for being here as well.
Okay.
We see what you're accomplishing here. We see what you're capable of. And we know that this is something outside of what Atlantis's purview is, generally. And we're not terribly surprised that Atlantis has taken note of you as well. It should be of no surprise that we, of course, have our own spies. here. Not in your village. Of that, I give you my word. And you could take of it of what you will, and hopefully my word does become more valuable to you as time goes on. Oh, I should probably give this guy a name. Duh. A lot of this stuff I'm just, throwing in as we're going. Do you want to think of a name for him?
Giles.
Julian.
Giles.
Do you want it to be Giles? Want it to be
do.
Giles? I don't know. Kaya? Megan?
Yeah, I'm fine with Giles.
I feel so dirty. But okay. Ambassador Giles. He says, while I am not necessarily highborn, I am of a higher born than your
Okay.
average Thulian. And I am actually a genuine diplomat from King Kull. He sends me with warning that not everything that you see will necessarily be what it presents itself as to you. But I first must gain your trust.
All right.
And he looks to Daphne as well. And he says, Kanama ka lajarama. Would you be willing to repeat this to me? Kanama ka lajarama.
I gotta
Just
mute myself.
asking, Daphne.
What's up? That's how it's spelled. No metagaming there, Zarin. Lindsay, what did we learn from last time? How dare you?
I mean,
Sent to the corner for the 7th time.
legitimately kind of hesitant because, yeah, pumpkin grandpa.
Agreed. Would you want to make a psych feat roll? A reason feat roll, Daphne?
Yes.
Go ahead. Under amazing. So your reason plus 1 column shift.
$29.
Okay,
It's in
so
the
you're in the
green.
white. Oh, it's in the green. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Duh. Okay, you don't notice anything magical necessarily happening. So you've played Dungeons and Dragons before, right?
Yeah.
So imagine you have spellcraft. You're like, this wouldn't send a magic missile or anything. So I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like anything, whatever. But one of his eyebrows does raise, and he seems to, even though he's sitting, he takes a mental step back at your silence, both of your silence.
Okay. Oh, I didn't realize he was trying to get me to say it too.
Oh, yeah, he wants you both to say it.
Oh, well, okay, in that case, Kanama Kala Jarama.
Okay. And his shoulders rest a little bit, but now he's staring at Daphne.
I'm just like, well, Kai over there. Kanama Kalajarma.
Okay. Your pronunciations are good, and he visibly rests. He says, you didn't attack me when I said it, which filled me with some hope, and you were able to actually say it, which genuinely fills me with glee. And he stands up and he comes over and he embraces you as a friend, and he offers his hand in solidarity. He says, I now know that you are both humans. He says, and mind you, Atlanteans, technically the original humans ish. So he says, there are people a long time ago, and I believe you're the librarian here, are you not? He points to you, of course, Mimi.
Sorta.
He says, I'm sure that you know that there were elder ones. There's the elder race, which are the direct spawn of the elder gods, the original beings here on this earth. They're gone, long since gone, forever ago, right? But not really. There are always chances of them coming back, and we live in daily fear of them coming back. It is always in the recesses of our minds, but their spawn, their children, their creations, even, all of them, they do still exist, although in the shadows more than anything else. They don't have the same power they used to. Long ago, the Atlanteans, more than anybody, has beaten back their race. There is a reason why we all respect the Atlanteans for what they are, even or for what they have been, even if they're not what they used to be. These elder spawn, they now exist less as armies, more as spies, and they infiltrate societies. And they're actually shapeshifters, they're shape changers, and they will. I'm laughing at you, laughing, Kaya. They will actually be able to, look as our friends. And one of the only defenses that we have against their debauchery is that term, which only a human can actually speak. So I'm glad to know that you are, in fact, humans. We come here to warn you of this. We come here only to warn you of this. And we do genuinely want to open ties. Our ambassador, the person who came to you and said that they would like to make the exclusive deal with you, they're serious. They would like to. For the sake of conversation, insider trading, if you will, somewhat betraying my own dignitary, because I am here on a different mission from my Lord Call.
Yeah.
While we would like to have an exclusive deal, trade deal with you for this magic, we understand if you don't want to do that, and we are still willing to work with you in any capacity possible, even if it means that you're not willing to make that trade with us. We do still want to keep ties with you. You are a new village. You are a new society that's sprouting. We do see what you are capable of, and we do want friends on this continent, even though right now we do not necessarily have any. So this is really the message that I want. If you have anything that you'd like to ask me, I am at your disposal. And he gives a half bow. If you have a question now you'd like to answer, cool. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to the other group and let you, formulate your questions.
Oh, by all means.
Okay. Then back to the other group. You guys are hanging.
Yeah. I'm a nosy little child. Just looking around, looking at people, kind of giving the creepy stare.
Okay.
Mama Sia seems she's kind of older. She looks as if she's half blind in one eye. She's smoothing up to them. There's nothing threatening about Mama Sia. She's just here to greet and check them out. Just calm, rational conversation, things like that. She's getting as much information as she can from these merchants to see what they want. And what they want, what that they're not speaking about as well, just to see whether they are the front face of coming in just for the stones, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take an extra 5 for the description of Mama Sia.
Thanks.
No, I love it. I love you're making it an actual alternate identity. So, okay, you two hang out. You talk. It's mostly you because nobody's paying attention to the kid, as should be expected. And you are getting, they're kind of, you are there as Mama Sia, so they realize that you're more of a universal trader and whatnot, and they're just, really trying to lay it on thick with you. The idea of, no, like an exclusive contract with us would be fantastic. We're going to, it's not just the idea that, it's not that we'll pay more. It's the idea that anything that you produce, we will gladly take. So, we don't expect that you're going to not keep any for yourself. Of course, you're going to want to maintain your defenses and whatnot. You have to worry about village first, but we would like the knowledge that we would be the first people that you would sell to, and we will buy everything that you have. And we'd like to set up a shop here with an ambassador of sorts with you. And of course, the Atlantis proper can't know, because this would be a dangerous thing that, we were setting up shop in other than the capital. But since they won't have us anyway, it would almost seem as though it was a coup. And not that we wouldn't support a coup, but we don't want to push a coup. So this guy, he's really trying hard. That he's just like, if there's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, he's spreading that chunky peanut butter thick, and you're like, is there jelly? I can kind of taste the residue someplace. And he's laying on thick, man. You must be a roll, because he is buttering you heavily. So,
Mama Sia she appears as if she's listening. She's intrigued. She says, but I have to look after my grandchildren. She tried to ask about their family, how they came into trade, a little bit more about them. She's trying to get information. She's giving very little, but since she's old and she's half blind, I would assume it would play off a little bit more. She's, as an elderly woman, she's prone to listening a little bit more, and letting the young chicks present.
Not only does he buy it, he completely buys what you're doing. Take 10 karma points for the diversion is strong in you. Like this is literally like, I'm seeing the Jedi mind trick right now. Like, this is wild. So
I'm being a polite little girl right now and giving everyone some water and stuff, and be like, here.
Oh, okay. You're not like running around or anything. Okay, cool. I'm going to get you in a half step. So to finish out for tomorrow, you could tell that he sees you as not just being genuine in what you're doing, but he also sees you as a very shrewd old woman, because he understands that he's taking it, his truth is that he's seeing you as someone who's trying to get to know him really, really well. So that you actually have more ground to stand on with your trade negotiations. He sees it as you're very slyly shrewd, and so he kind of has that, like, one eyebrow kind of raised a little bit, and he's like, I see your game, old woman. I'll play along, sure. And he does start giving a lot of information and things like that. He's a little bit reserved, but for the most part, he's falling right into your trap and actually making his own illusion with yours. So he's making his own reality with the reality that you're handing him to begin with. He's trying to explain it away. And he's not the greatest merchant in the world, but he's by far, nowhere near the worst.
Mama Sia will probably play a little bit as it, you're my very shrewd grandson. You remind me a little bit of myself. She wants to sort of engender that commonality, let it grow, let it flourish, so that there's more trust and it's easier for him to go on and talk more.
Nice.
And also, she's also attempting to create a sort of distraction so Zyron can do whatever she needs to do. Because if all eyes are focused on her, then nobody's focused on the little page that
she's kind of going around from table to table, just kind of doing, like, just listening in here and there.
Cool. While I go to Zarin, I want Suen, I want Tamara to think about one question she would like answered honestly from this merchant. And he'll answer it honestly. Of course, it can't be like, the secret of the world, but think of one question that you like. So out of all of this, like, what is the one thing you want to glean from this conversation? So Zarin, you're going around, you're handing water to everybody. There's even milk, because, hey, you're really prosperous, pretty prosperous up and coming town, right? So there's even milk, a cup of milk for everybody. You got the goat skin milk, and just bloop, bloop, bloop for everybody.
Just being polite little girl, not creepy at all.
Yeah, which actually takes puts the focus on the milk and takes the focus off of the little girl who's doing whatever she's doing. What are you doing?
I am basically looking over stuff that they might have on the table and just trying to jot down, like, memory, like, just trying to remember anything that stands out in my view. And maybe take, I won't say take just yet. If there's something valuable, I might try to take it, like, valuable information wise.
Okay.
But I don't know if I'll be able to register that.
Okay. Okay, but you do keep a mental note of everything that is here on the table. Okay, done. Done. Okay, make an observation check for me. Intuition.
Okay. My intuition isn't great.
Not, but you got a 50-50 chance.
I got a 58.
Oh,
which
so that
is
should
in
be
the green.
Yeah, green with your typical. Okay.
Yep.
So okay, bang. You okay. Good. We'll bring this into play later. It's not going to be something major. It's going to be such a trope, but yeah.
Okay. Cool beans. I'm here for it.
Cool. So you're listening into them talk on their own. It's a yeah. Okay, back to Kaya and Daphne. So, what do you want to grill this guy on?
Like, I can't. The only thing that my mind is latching on to is that we need to warn Zirin that this is a thing. So I'm like having a hard time coming up with like questions at the moment. But I mean, like, maybe what are you guys going to use this material for?
As should be expected, as you probably imagine, mostly for defense. These elder spawn, they are known for using trickery and magic. And one of the things that that this seems to be able to do, we're wondering if it can't actually dispel illusions, which would be very helpful, since that's what they use. They actually use magical illusions to disguise themselves.
Indeed, it would. Okay. It's like the gears are already turning.
Was it everybody's bringing their cat?
Bring your cat to work day.
Right? Bagel is sleeping, so otherwise she'd be pawing at the door. Let me in.
Be free, Halo. She got really mad because I picked her up. She does not like that.
Be free or eat kibble.
Yeah.
All right. What else? Do you have any other questions for him?
Daphne?
Maybe?
I do not.
Okay. Okay, Sue-Ann, what is the one question that you want to glean from
That's a hard one.
this merchant?
I think she would like to know. He mentioned something about a coup, right? Like he'd be willing to do anything. So
Yeah.
she wants to know who he really represents in that point. Like, what is his leader like?
Okay.
Who is he representing?
Done. He was sent on the authority of Kull, but the merchant guild leader is actually, they're of course here on behalf of the Merchants Guild. Oops. This guy, Sue-Ann, give me a name for this merchant.
Carl? Carlor? I don't know, Carl.
Carlor, I like that.
Carlor.
Okay, Carlor Weathers.
There we go.
Does he wear sweater vests?
We approve.
Oh no, not that one. But what do you call it? The guy who played Apollo Creed in Rocky?
Nice.
And he's also playing Grief, whatever his name is, Grief from the Mandalorian, the guy from the Bounty Hunters Guild. Yes. So Carl Weathers. So Carlor Weathers. That looks like Carlos. I got to make sure I see that's an R. So Carlor Weathers. So, what's it? Is this for me, Megan?
No, this is that's a memo for myself.
Cool. Okay, so he says, "Yeah, I represent the Merchants Guild, which is sort of oh crap, how would you say this? Sort of a chamber of commerce. It's many of us, and yes, we're more interested in basically just making money.
Okay. She'd probably she'd also want to test what they really think of their leader and stuff like it, because it's one thing to make money on it. It's another thing to see where their loyalties lie, is perhaps call a good guy, things like that. They want to know what their true thoughts and opinion on it, if she can get it from him.
Okay. Make an intuition feat roll, which shouldn't be much of anything for you.
Yep. Sorry. I'm just pulling up my stats.
Mhm.
Intuition is incredible 36. Whoa. 63.
Which means you got in the...
Let me look in the chart thingy. I shouldn't make you look up stuff. I'm like, look up the chart for me. Amazing. Oh, sorry, incredible. And then 6. Yeah, that. I think it's in the yellow thingy.
Yes.
Yeah.
You rolled a 63. You need a 61 or higher, and you're in the yellow. So you just made yellow. Sweet.
Awesome.
So
Woo!
you get a good feel that he won't say it, but he's not particularly happy with the idea of Cull. He doesn't necessarily hate him, but he seems to be supporting somebody else as a leader. You guys are going to need more information about some of the stuff that happens on that continent to know more.
Okay.
So,
All
bang.
right.
Well, that's a good thing we have a very capable spy master, isn't it?
Hey. So, okay, what else? What else do either of you want to glean from this encounter? Your individual encounters.
She's also going to want to observe how they interact with each other. Is there any hesitation? Is there sort of a lead by fear, or a lead by profit, or a lead by, companionability? How strong are they with each other? Things like that.
They who?
The merchants, the people
just
that are
the
coming.
merchants?
Yeah.
Bound by money, bound by profit.
Okay. So they could be swayed by the offer of the carrot, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I mean, there's not much she probably could glean in that. Since they're only in the inn, it's not as if she's seen the whole continent, so she can't glean anything else but them at the moment. She's also going to ask what the staff thinks about them. So she's going to use her Mama Sia persona to talk up the cook, talk up the maids that are cleaning the room, things like that, to see what they see about them. Because a lot of times you can tell how people are by how they treat the people that serve them. So are there any of them that abuse them? Do they tip well? Things like that.
Good. Good questions. You actually take 15 for stumping the judge. Okay, which is an actual thing in the book. Okay, so yes, they're not necessarily cruel, so they don't necessarily. Here's the thing. You know how, let's say, as an example, the security team at a Walmart, you know what I'm saying, or at a Costco, the guys who will stand there and they'll take your receipts and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, or the security at a Walmart, it's like, hand me your receipt. Oh, Best Buy does it too. We need to see your receipt. Oh, by law. No, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's more of a suggestion than anything else. And if you go walking by, they may seem indignant, but it's one of those things where it's like there's not much they could do. So it's more like they've been given a little bit of power, and none of them necessarily respect that little bit of power. That power of they are the dignitaries. They were sent on this mission. They're going to get first dibs on whatever. They're going to be the ones who get the status of, they either did make a deal, or they of course talked it up, making, come close to making a deal. They took the first steps. They were the innovators in that regard. and some of them take it more as, of course, I deserve this. I've earned this. So they do have a sense of privilege about them, and various degrees. But none of them are royalty. None of them are descendants of royalty. None of them have nothing.
So they're not abusing that power as well, which is
They're not heavily abusing the power, but they could.
okay.
You know that they
They
could
could.
in the right circumstances.
Okay, but there also is a reservation, which means that they're playing it civil, which is important. So she's going to take that into mind. Also, since their leaders are going to lead by example, she's going to know that they're not necessarily going to be abusive once they get it as well. So that's what she wants to find out, is what kind of people they are and what they're after, and what are the pitfalls that she could help Kaya look out for as someone in her employment. She wants to do her best job, so to speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys come back. Everybody congregates back in the house. The emissary, Ambassador Giles, has left, and you guys are all four of you in the house together. Daff, what you've been able to pull up is to answer some of Sue-Ann's question. The Thulian continent in and of itself is mostly in disarray. It's one of the, especially by the Atlanteans, they're considered entirely backwards. But the City of Wonders proper actually used to be something spectacular. While over in the Thulian continent, it is considered the Thorian, not Thulian, the Thorian continent. It is considered still like a bastion of, amazing. Wow, they're awesome. But everything there has been in decline for a really long time. They do, however, have a new king there called Kull, who, rumor has it, is he's actually an exiled Atlantean. But he has somehow proven himself. He's a barbarian. So he's not from, the city proper, if he is actually Atlantean at all. So he's more of one of the wandering, folks, the uncivilized, uncouth folks. But he somehow made a name for himself over there and somehow seized the crown. You're not entirely sure how, and you're not entirely sure what kind of a king he is necessarily. But they seem to be on, if not inclining, like raising the society back up to what it possibly could have been or was in the past. It's at least stymied the decline in what the City of Wonders used to be. So you've been able to pull this information from your formerly 15 to 30 scroll library to you're getting close to triple digits now in scrolls. One day you might even have a book.
Wow.
Yes, a
So-
book.
Additionally, we have a big problem.
What?
And
What
I'm
do you
going
mean?
to tell them what Giles told me.
That seems rather rude.
So here's my thought. This like radioactive substance, the thing that cancels out magic. I want to take some of that. I want to test it on both of you. I want to see if it works on you, because if it does work on you, then we have a bigger problem. But if it doesn't, then we can let them hit you with it on purpose. You can drop to a different illusion, make them think they got you. And then they'll think that it works on you when it doesn't. And that way you can prove that you're human.
Yeah, let's all do that. That's gonna be fun.
Well, either way, it doesn't change your illusion abilities. It only affects magical illusion, of which neither of you have.
Yeah.
So we can totally just let them hit one of you with this. Like, you can put on a different face that is not your own, and then shift to a face that is not the one that you're using either. Make them think they got you. Make them think you're one of these things and that it does work on those things. And then if they touch you with it again and you stay the same, they'll think you're human. Yeah?
I sure. Sure, that'll work.
Does that make sense? Like you're looking at me like that doesn't make sense.
It seems overly complicated.
What are they going to do if they think that it works on one of us? That's the thing I'm concerned about.
We cause a distraction and let you run away.
Maybe. Do we have any reason to think that they're against us at the moment?
Us, no.
Come on, girl.
Oh, do we get an Empress?
There you
An
go.
Empress sighting.
Oh, yes.
Bagel's here!
Bagel!
There we are.
Also, Bill, I just read your name.
It's an awesome name, isn't it?
It is.
Gilga messing around. Okay.
Oh, it's Empress Bagel.
My marbles is in his window.
Tell her
So,
I love her.
Mimi, where's your cat?
I don't have a cat.
Aw. She
It was
has
nice
a fat
playing with
dog.
you.
She has a fat dog that farts all the time.
No,
Are you serious?
exiling RBD.
It's like you know. Oh, he walked away.
Oh, man.
Isn't one of them a pug, Mimi?
No, he just looks like a pug because he's so fat. He's a Chihuahua Terrier.
You want to see him and coo over him.
Okay.
Hope he doesn't fart on you.
Oh my god.
Aww.
So, is there anything else you guys want to do tonight?
No, I've got a lot to think about. I wasn't expecting us to come out and it be 4 months later, if I'm being honest.
Right?
True.
You gonna spring a year on us too?
I might.
You gonna spring a couple years on us?
I might.
He's gonna spring it until Tamara actually looks like Mama Sia.
Oh Jesus.
Okay.
Oh man.
You guys hunker down, lay down, get your
yeah.
bed rolls.
I was gonna
What?
let them know about the whole invitation thing. Or unless I already did that. I think I already did that.
Yeah,
No, you
Yeah.
didn't. You didn't let them
Oh.
know.
you said you were going to.
Oh
So I
yeah,
just
I'm gonna
kinda
let them
thought it-
know. I'll be like, oh yeah, I just remembered. Anyway,
Yeah.
the engineers approached me and they are wanting me to go to Atlantis proper to help them speed up their mine production and other things.
Do you trust that?
See, I don't know. I don't know if I
Well-
really trust that. They also want me to help with their defenses as well.
It gets us into the city. You can insist on having your honor guard with you. Just saying.
Yep.
Oh,
And
yeah,
got your back.
yeah. All right. I think we'll take them up on that.
Cool. Like, I've got official mayoral reasons to go visit the city as well. I'm sure I should, go present myself and be like, hey, trade
And-
things.
And I'm going
Yeah.
to bring my most trusted librarian with me in helping for research. She is the guardian of the spice.
God.
Spice melange.
The spice.
Aw.
She guards the Spice Girls.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So,
Yeah, anyway.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
all right. So the is there any word left on what you guys are going to do as far as dignitaries? Are you going to? Bagel's going to sleep on my lap.
Oh,
And lick my feet. I love it when she does that. It's the cutest thing in the world. And I love the tickle. Whatever. Judge me all you want. Judge Bagel all you want. Don't care. So, what have you? The okay, so do you give an answer to the merchants? What?
At the moment, they will want more information. Tamara's not going to give them the whole cake. She's also going to figure out if there's a way to smuggle out resources as well if need be. If they have to make sure that the stone ends up in other hands, she wants to make sure she get it to those other hands so that there isn't a power monopoly going on as well. And plus, they could get a little bit more resources for themselves that way too.
Oh yeah, I do make sure to let you know that the guy said that it wasn't like the end all be all that they get an exclusive trade agreement. We could like hold off on that and be like, no, we don't want to go exclusive.
Mhm.
So
yeah,
We don't need. Yeah.
they don't need to be exclusive. Okay, then she probably will be a little bit more lenient with it, but she's not. Tamara, at the end of the day, I don't think is the most trusting cat in the world. I think that because she went to smuggle with the seaweed. She was got a little bit more savvy, and she's been there for 4 months too. And I'm assuming it's not like Disney princess style up in this world either. So she's gonna be a little bit more cautious because she wants to survive so she can go home.
Of course. Okay.
God, how am I going to move that Stargate then?
Your non-functioning Stargate.
Yeah,
Your giant paperweight.
I am damned to get that worked. To get that working, damn it. I forgot English for a minute.
No worries. Okay. So how about this? We're going to end this mission with no combat. All right. It could have gone multiple ways. But I personally, I'm okay with no combat. I hope you guys are too.
oh yes.
I wanted to use my hypnosis cry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can hypnotize
week.
yourself.
I do apologize. So
Hypnotize yourself to stop smoking.
I'm going to give everybody 80 karma points on top of what anybody may have gotten during the course of. So everybody gets 80 karma points for this particular mission. You guys got a lot of popularity and resources also, which helps, and you've established yourselves in this world better as well. The next mission will not be 4 months in the future. It'll probably be like a week, maybe 2 weeks. You know what? Let's say like a month in the future. The dignitaries will have gone home, and then they will have sent their official invitation to you guys. And then the next mission will be you guys entering past the gates of the city of Atlantis.
Woo-hoo.
All right. Pre-cataclysm. So that's going to be it for us, Professor Bill and crew. Comic Book University. Class dismissed.
Bye,
Bye.
for watching.